I would argue that electrical engineering has had a larger impact than possibly any other discipline on modern life. And you can look, for example, at the ubiquitous technologies that we all use, the cell phones, laptops, and so forth. So many aspects of these originated and continue to be developed by electrical engineers.
Many students don't know what electrical engineering means, or they think it's much narrower than what it is.
People think, oh, electrical engineering is just, engineering power grids and electrical transmission. While that's a very small part of what electrical engineers do, it's really not what the majority of engineers do.
You could say that the work that I do is focusing on manipulating signals.
One of the things we're currently working on is making magnetic resonance imaging scans faster.
We're trying to take some of the materials that have extremely high efficiencies for solar cells and bring the cost of those down.
My work is in optical communication systems. To be able to transmit high capacity data from one place to another, whether it be across the room or across the planet.
Neurotechnology, meaning developing technologies that can help treat various disorders of the brain and help us also understand the brain.
EE as a field is very broad, so we have different interests and different goals.
I think electrical engineering really encompasses the entire stack, starting from, how do we take raw materials and make some devices, all the way up to, what's the best type of algorithm I can use for this problem.
So at USC, we have a very large electrical engineering department with several different divisions. Roughly, we're broken down into a systems division, which includes communications, controls, signal processing, and a large computer engineering department. And then we also have the electrophysics division, which deals more with devices and the physics of electrical engineering.
We do things across a very broad range in electrical engineering, and if you're interested in science, you can probably find something in electrical engineering that really drives you and something that you think that you can make a career out of.
There's no shortage of demand for electrical engineers. And you really get a lot of flexibility to decide what you finally want to do in the end.
USC in general, I think, is quite special because we have a very good approach to interdisciplinary research. So there are many of us in electrical engineering who collaborate both within the School of Engineering, but also outside of electrical engineering with the medical school, colleagues in physics, economics.
It was very easy to make connections with people at the medical school. I was actively looking for collaborators, but at the same time, faculty and investigators from the medical school were looking for people like me.
Electrical engineering perhaps differs from computer science in the sense that we're grounded in the basic physics of electromagnetics, of circuits and devices.
If you know not only the programming, but how the programming interfaces with the real world, then you have a leg up.
For students, they get to play with tools, but also create tools. Everything from sensing to making sense of the data that we get.
We tend to really focus on applications. So I might use machine learning algorithms, but I tailor them to the application that I have.
EE is a fantastic field for people who are interested in practical applications. If you look at modern technologies, from your video cameras to the GPS in your car,
The chip that goes into the iPhone, all the signal processing and image processing that goes into the iPhone, these are all things that electrical engineers came up with.
Whatever you want to explore, you can find someone to work with here, you can find an expert here, and you can really grow in whatever direction you're interested in.
Electrical engineering is going to transform the world just like it has in the last century. This generation of students that can actually crack these problems, pushing the boundaries of what's possible, and that's amazingly exciting.